Throughout this morning, we've heard how now truly is the moment to grab the bull by the horn and not only take advantage of opportunities, but to create and drive and build them as well. And one organization is truly taking the commercial bull by its horn. We are so excited to be joined by the COO of EMURGO. Let's hear it for Nikhil Joshi.
Hey, good morning, everyone, or indeed, good afternoon right now. I am wanting to spend just these few 15 minutes to help clarify a point. EMURGO, is known as a co-founding entity. The tagline is the official commercial arm of Cardano, but what does that really mean? It's a bit confusing, so I was hoping to just help clarify that, and I'm happy to take feedback afterwards if it still needs further clarification. This is a bit of a clunky mission statement, but I'd like to try and break it down into layman's terms, which is really what we see ourselves here to do, is facilitate commercial adoption. We want to work with projects that are in the Cardano ecosystem already. What can we do to facilitate their commercial adoption? How do we bring new entrants into the ecosystem to help them, again, build commercial value? We're going to do this through investments, education, and infrastructure. I'll unpack some of this as we go through. Who are we planning to work with? I think this helps answer the question a little bit. We want to work with the existing Cardano ecosystem members. What do they need? How can we work with you to get to where you need to get to? Other layer 1s and 2s, right? What's stopping them from coming to Cardano? Can we help them do that? Right? How will we exploit or get a commercial opportunity off the back of that? And then, broadly speaking, I label it as Web 2, but these are folks who are not even in the blockchain space. Is there something, is there a problem statement? Is there an opportunity that they can leverage by building something on blockchain? Is it obvious to them or not? So these are the three targets, the three pillars, if you like, of who we're going after. Typically, people know of EMURGO Ventures. That's our VC arm, and that's where we invest in projects. People are also aware of our EMURGO Africa business. If you're not, then my colleague Yoshida-san is on stage in 15 minutes after me, and stick around to watch him. I don't want to focus on those two today because typically you already know about those, to some extent at least. So there's a core part of EMURGO, and that's what I want to focus on today. This is where we provide education content. We operate the Yoroi wallet. We have other fintech infrastructure. We're building a team to help grow the ecosystem. We're going to launch a new smart contract audit proposition. And we also run Cardano Spot, which you may well know as our social content platform. And that's an EMURGO product, right? If you want to know more about Cardano Spot, my colleague Sebastian's going to be here on stage tomorrow talking about that. I like to show this visual as in my mind, we're taking a project, or at least helping a project, through a life cycle in Cardano. So can we educate developers? Can we indeed educate non-developers, right, to understand what can they do with Cardano? Can we provide fintech infrastructure, including Yoroi, of course? How do we help them grow in a non-tech point of view? So this could be go-to-market, business development, that kind of thing. Facilitate smart contract audit so people can have faith in the project that they're going to work with. And lastly, let's shout about it. Let's promote you. That's Cardano Spot. A couple of highlights just so you get familiar with what we do within each of our businesses. So EMURGO Academy, just some headlines here. We've taken 2,500 learners through our programs. We've in 25 countries, 21 collaborations with universities. We're going to be ramping that up next year. So more to be discussed at a later stage, I suppose. And it's very much live projects, and it's very hands-on. So it's not dry material, right? You're actually getting hands-on experience as you go through that content. The 23-24 roadmap for Yoroi, as it says here, voting, assets, dApp connector. It's going to become a very, very funky wallet that people can use. Most importantly, or very importantly, equally importantly, we're going to have a headless wallet, right? Which that becomes very powerful in terms of how people might want to connect and transact going forward. We're building an ecosystem team, and really this is to provide a whole range of services to support and mentor Web3 projects. And again, this could be things like marketing, business development, right? It could equally be technology support. That's fine. We are happy to work with projects to understand what do you need and how can we help you. This is a new product that we're going to launch, smart contract audit service for the Cardano community. There are other smart contract audit services out there. That's fine. We're just introducing more competition. We're going to come in at we're basically targeting smaller projects because they can't necessarily afford the larger players out there, and that's the target market that we're going for. And lastly, Cardano Spot. So this is our social content platform. It's really a one-stop shop to bring people in the Cardano community together. You want to know who's who, what do they do, how can I connect with someone? This is the place to come to. We just want it to be as I say, a one-stop shop for the community to talk, to interact, to engage with each other. And I do want to stress our tech capabilities, right? So we have a headless wallet. We have our Cardano serialization library. We have built Ansons, right? Ansons is the platform where we were going to launch USDA. Now, the message we've put out there is that we've put the brakes on that for now because there's a lot of regulatory noise. That's fine. The platform still works. It can tokenize whatever we want to tokenize. So the tech capability is there to do it if we want to do it. And lastly, we have tech capability for an NFT marketplace, right? That's not to say that we're using all of these things right now, but they are there if we want to use them in some shape or form. We have the IP to do it. High level, what do we want to do for 2024? We want to go and work with, as I said, the Web 2 folks, build POCs. Is there something that you want to, is there a problem point, is there a pain point, sorry, is there an opportunity that you think you can use blockchain for to exploit that opportunity? Well, let us work with you. We don't want to boil the ocean. We'll build something quite simple. It's a POC, right? We want to incubate new and existing Web3 companies. So this goes to my earlier point, right? How can we work with existing members of the Cardano community in various projects? What help do you need? Can we help you with that pain point? Are there projects outside Cardano who we think, well, why don't you come to Cardano? Like, what's stopping you? Can we help you? Can we help explain what those challenges might be and work through those with you? And lastly, EMURGO is headquartered in Singapore. We have a significant footprint in Asia. And so we want to really enable localization and create a corridor of access for people who want to get into Asia Pacific. So, as an example, an announcement we're making right now is that we've officially getting into a strategic partnership with Patrick and team at EndMaker. Right? So we're very excited about this. This is live. I'm telling you now, right? So hopefully social media will get crazy in a few minutes. But what are we doing to help EndMaker? I think this is a good example to show you where EMURGO is trying to work with projects, and we would hopefully like to replicate this with more projects on Cardano. So on the technology side of things, right? How can we support EndMaker? With marketing, how can we support EndMaker? Right? Events, PR, social. We have a great marketing team. Nate, put your hand up. Yay! Right, that's Nate. He looks after our marketing, right? So we've got a very, very powerful machine within EMURGO that can help on aspects like this, which projects may not necessarily have yet. So we're willing to lend that capability to projects to get that kind of exposure. And APAC expansion, that's the point I made a second ago. we have significant footprint in Asia. I think sometimes what we're doing in Asia doesn't necessarily make its way, doesn't get recognized in Europe or perhaps the US. But that doesn't mean that we're asleep at the wheel. It just means that people aren't necessarily aware of it. And we really want to leverage this, right? If you want to come and do something with Asia, we've got contacts. We're in Singapore, we're in India, we're in Indonesia, we're in Japan. Clearly, that's our roots, right? And we will continue to expand our footprint through Asia Pacific. So come and leverage us. We're more than happy to help you. Just wanted to touch on a few more things that we got done this year, because I don't think it's obvious to the community that we have done this. So just a few days ago, we launched a DeFi education program with the Institute of Blockchain in Singapore. We also announced, I think this went out a couple of days ago, that we've agreed with Matrix Port's custodian, Cactus, that they will provide free custody for all Cardano native assets. We hosted the largest ever Cardano hackathon and awarded grants to 9 projects. We're in a partnership with the largest digital asset exchange in Thailand called BitCub. We launched Cardano Spot, and indeed, it's moved to its mobile app quite recently. We're involved in SIP 1694, which, for those who are not aware, is the mechanism for pushing Cardano to its even more decentralized state. We hosted a SIP 1694 workshop in Tokyo to help the community understand what is it, how does it work, how can we get involved, what can we do next. And last but not least, we launched our first Cardano DeFi Masterclass with the Cardano DeFi Alliance. So, wrapping it up, how can EMURGO help you? So, where we're positioning ourselves is we've got tech capability. We've got financial and education capability. We've got infrastructure capability that we can help work with you to achieve whatever shortfall you have in your proposition. We've got talent within the company. We've got network, clearly, because we are EMURGO, to try and leverage other people within the community to either come and work with you, or indeed, we can help educate your own team on components which are missing from that skill set. We can build proof of concepts. We can support entry of traditional industries into Web3. And we're super keen to collaborate, right? We're very, very keen. We're very, very open to considering all sorts of ways in which we might work together. We think there are some thematic pain points in the Cardano community. It's a bit of a working assumption. That's fine, right? We're happy to talk to you individually and understand what can we do for you. So I'm going to wrap up, say, hopefully, that's gone a little way to help to providing some clarity on what is EMURGO here to do, how are we going about it, what have we actually done over the last year or so, and what do we want to do with you going forward, right? The booth, I'm sure you've seen, is the first one in as you come in on the left-hand side. If there's any ambiguity, and I'm sure there probably is, but that's cool, please come and find myself or any of the EMURGO team who are at that booth. Of course, we're here all of today, all of tomorrow, more than happy to chat and figure out how we might work with you. We're very keen to collaborate and look forward to talking later on. Thank you very much.